As the day ends, let go of its weight and join me at the ocean's edge. Here, the world fades away, replaced by calm waves and ancient peace. Breathe in the salty air, feel the gentle invitation of the sea. Tonight, let the ocean's quiet embrace carry you to rest. You are safe here, ready to begin. Leave the shore behind. Step into the calm ocean, water perfect, gentle, and embracing. Lean back, let the water lift you. You float, weightless, held by the blue sea. Here you are safe. Simply float, and let the ocean hold you. As you float, feel the gentle rocking of the ocean, part of a grand, ancient rhythm. Let your mind become curious, soft, gentle, and dreamlike. Tonight we'll journey into the ocean's depths. We'll meet peaceful inhabitants, the graceful whale, playful dolphin, and patient sea turtle. Our curiosity will lead us deeper, to mysterious glowing creatures and ancient shipwrecks. We'll drift over vibrant coral reefs and immense underwater mountains, exploring a world both powerful and peaceful. Meet the humpback whale, one of the ocean's most magnificent and gentle giants. Imagine a creature the size of a school bus, gliding gracefully through deep blue water, its long wing-like fins steering with ease. Below the surface, a mother and her calf share a quiet bond, moving peacefully together. Humpbacks are famous for their spectacular breaches, leaping from the sea in breathtaking displays of freedom. As they dive, their massive tails rise, leaving a glassy print, a gentle signature on the ocean's surface. Close your eyes and listen. In the vast, silent cathedrals of the ocean, humpback whales sing hauntingly beautiful songs, deep moans, high squeals, and rumbling groans that travel for miles. Their song is a living culture, evolving over time, shared across the ocean. Let the deep, resonant tones guide you to rest, carrying peace and timelessness into your soul. Dolphins are the joyful acrobats of the sea, leaping and spinning with playful energy. Their curiosity brings them close to boats, riding waves for fun. With sleek bodies and powerful tails, they move in harmony, a reminder of the happiness and freedom found in the ocean's embrace. Dolphins live in a world where sight isn't always reliable. They use echolocation, sending out clicks that bounce off objects, painting a picture of their surroundings. Dolphins also communicate with whistles and clicks, each with a unique signature whistle, like a name, keeping them connected even in the vast ocean. Meet the sea turtle, an ancient mariner gliding through sunlit reefs with effortless grace. Their streamlined shells and powerful flippers make them living fossils, unchanged for over 100 million years. Sea turtles migrate thousands of miles, guided by Earth's magnetic field, returning to their birthplace to lay eggs. Witness the quiet determination of a female turtle nesting under the moon, continuing a cycle as old as time. These gentle creatures embody endurance, instinct, and the timeless rhythm of the ocean. From the moment they hatch, sea turtles embark on a perilous journey. Tiny hatchlings racing to the sea. They drift for years in ocean currents, growing stronger in the vast blue wilderness. As adults, they return across entire oceans to the very beach where they were born. Their migration is a testament to resilience and the unbreakable pull of home. The sea turtle's journey is a meditation in motion, a symbol of life's enduring connections. Enter the world of jellyfish, ancient, ethereal beings made mostly of water, pulsing gently through the sea. With no brain or heart, they drift with the currents, their tentacles trailing like living nets. Jellyfish have survived for over 500 million years, thriving by simply going with the flow. Their silent, rhythmic dance is a lesson in surrender and adaptability. Let their effortless motion guide your mind to a place of calm and peace. Descend into the twilight depths, where bioluminescent creatures light up the darkness. Comb jellies shimmer with rainbows. Jellyfish flash brilliant blues and greens to confuse predators. In the deep sea, light is communication, defense, and allure, a silent ballet of living sparks. Imagine drifting among these glowing wonders, surrounded by gentle, magical light. Even in darkness, the ocean reveals beauty and life, soft, soothing, and mysterious. Rise to sunlit reefs and meet the manta ray, the ocean's graceful glider. With wingspans over 20 feet, they soar through water, filter feeding on plankton. Intelligent and curious, mantas visit cleaning stations for symbiotic spa days with tiny fish. Sometimes they leap from the sea in breathtaking displays of power and joy. Manta rays remind us of the ocean's wonder, where even giants can dance. Filter feeders are the ocean's natural cleaners, from whale sharks to tiny sponges. They purify water by straining out plankton and debris, keeping ecosystems healthy. Whale sharks filter millions of gallons an hour. Sponges tirelessly clean coral reefs. This constant filtration sustains life, creating balance and clarity in the sea. Imagine the ocean's gentle, endless cleaning, a peaceful order that soothes and restores. Plankton, tiny drifters, the foundation of ocean life. Phytoplankton, the sea's grass, create most of our oxygen. Zooplankton, tiny animals, feed on them and fuel the food chain. Every night, they migrate, pulsing through the ocean, sustaining all life and even our climate. Let us visit the vibrant coral reef, a bustling ocean neighborhood. It's a city of animals, built by tiny coral polyps. Coral polyps live symbiotically with algae, sharing energy. This partnership creates a diverse ecosystem, a city powered by sunlight. A kaleidoscope of color and movement, it's a world of constant activity. The reef's soundscape is a gentle, crackling symphony of life. Coral polyps, tiny, tireless builders, create vast underwater cities. Each polyp, no bigger than a pencil eraser, works with its neighbors, slowly building limestone skeletons that form the reef. Over centuries, their patient work creates wonders like the Great Barrier Reef, supporting a quarter of all sea life. Let their steady, creative work inspire peace as you drift off to sleep. Our journey descends from the sunlit surface into the deep sea, Earth's largest, least explored habitat. We pass through fading light, entering a world of perpetual night and profound mystery. Here, life thrives in strange and wonderful ways, adapted to the immense challenges of darkness. Marine snow drifts down, nourishing the abyss and connecting the deep to the world above. In this ancient, silent world, awe and calm await in the crushing dark. As we sink deeper, the pressure of the abyss grows, more than 400 times greater than at the surface. Deep sea creatures survive by matching this force, their bodies soft and water-filled, perfectly balanced. Imagine this pressure as a comforting, steady weight holding you gently as you drift into peace. In the crushing dark of the deep sea, life takes on bizarre and beautiful forms. The anglerfish lures prey with its glowing light, while the gulper eel swallows meals much larger than itself. The barrel-eye fish's transparent head helps it spot prey in the darkness. These creatures are not monsters, but survivors, perfectly adapted to their mysterious world. Let us now focus on one of the most misunderstood and mysterious creatures of the deep, the vampire squid. Its scientific name, literally means the vampire squid from hell. This intimidating name, along with its dark, velvety skin and cloak-like webbing between its arms, gives it a fearsome reputation. When threatened, it can pull this webbing over its entire body, turning itself into a spiny black ball. It looks terrifying, but the truth about the vampire squid is far gentler. It is not a fearsome predator, but a quiet and passive scavenger of the deep. The vampire squid lives in the oxygen minimum zone, a layer of water so depleted of oxygen that most other complex animals cannot survive there. To cope, it has evolved a very slow metabolism and incredibly efficient blood that can transport oxygen far better than our own. It does not actively hunt for its food. Instead, it has two long, retractable filaments that it extends into the water. These sticky threads can be up to 8 times its body length. The squid simply drifts with its filaments deployed, waiting for particles of marine snow to stick to them. It is a patient and gentle farmer of the deep-sea blizzard. Once its filaments have collected enough marine snow, the squid reels them in, cleaning the particles off with its arms and forming them into a little ball of mucus-coated food. It then eats this ball. This makes the vampire squid the only known cephalopod that does not eat live prey. It is a detritivore, a recycler of the deep. Its fearsome appearance and name are a complete misrepresentation of its peaceful lifestyle. It is a quiet, solitary creature that has found a way to make a living in a place where no one else can. by feeding on the leftovers from the world above. This creature is a wonderful example of how little we know about the deep sea and how easily we can be mistaken. What appears frightening is actually gentle. What seems like a predator is actually a scavenger. The vampire squid reminds us that the mysteries of the ocean are not always grand and dramatic. Sometimes they are small and subtle, hidden in the biology of a single strange creature. As you relax, think of this gentle enigma, drifting silently in its dark, lonely world, a peaceful scavenger cloaked in a fearsome disguise. It is a reminder to look past appearances and appreciate the quiet truth that lies beneath. Deep in the frigid Antarctic waters, the colossal squid reigns as the largest invertebrate on Earth. Heavier and more robust than the giant squid, it wields terrifying hooked arms and the largest eyes in the animal kingdom. Rarely seen alive, this mysterious giant drifts in the darkness, a true leviathan of the deep. Deep beneath the ocean, a colossal squid and a sperm whale clash in a battle of titans. The scars on the whale's skin tell the story, circular marks from the squid's powerful suckers. This epic struggle, unseen by humans, is a vital part of the deep-sea world, a reminder of nature's raw power and mystery. On rare moonless nights, sailors have witnessed the ocean glowing with a soft, milky white light, stretching from horizon to horizon. Once dismissed as myth, satellites have now proven milky seas are real and vast. Scientists believe this glow comes from massive blooms of bioluminescent bacteria. The Milky Sea remains one of the ocean's most beautiful and mysterious phenomena. The Milky Sea is a modern ocean mystery, vast, glowing, and rarely seen. Scientists believe bacteria like Vibrio harveyi may be responsible, lighting up the water in a brilliant display. But the true cause and purpose remain unsolved, a beautiful puzzle that keeps us searching and wondering. Let us now return to the deep sea, to a mystery that involves two opposing forces, fire and ice-cold water. The floor of the ocean is not a flat, muddy plain. It is a dynamic and rugged landscape, shaped by the same tectonic forces that shape the continents. It is home to the longest mountain range on Earth, the mid-ocean ridge, which snakes its way around the globe like the seam on a baseball. This ridge is a place where the Earth's crust is being torn apart, and here, in the crushing dark, we find thousands of underwater volcanoes. It is a world where fire exists under the sea. Imagine a deep-sea eruption. It is not the explosive, fiery spectacle we see on land. The immense pressure of the overlying water and the intense cold prevent the kind of violent explosions we are used to. Instead, molten rock or lava oozes out of cracks in the seafloor. As soon as the red-hot lava at over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit touches the near-freezing seawater, its outer layer instantly solidifies, forming a glassy crust. The lava continues to flow inside this crust, creating strange, rounded shapes known as pillow lava. It is a slow, silent, and surreal process of creation, building new seafloor in the darkness. These eruptions are the engine of creation for our planet's crust. The mid-ocean ridge is constantly producing new oceanic crust, which slowly spreads outwards, pushing the continents around in the slow, grand dance of plate tectonics. The seafloor itself is a massive conveyor belt, created at these ridges and eventually destroyed millions of years later when it is pulled back down into the Earth's mantle at deep ocean trenches. The very ground beneath the oceans is in a state of constant, slow renewal, born from fire under the waves. It is the lifeblood of our planet's geological activity, happening silently, unseen, every single day. This hidden world of underwater volcanoes was a complete mystery until the second half of the 20th century. Before we developed deep-sea submersibles and sonar mapping, we had no idea that such a vast and active volcanic landscape existed beneath the waves. The discovery of this system revolutionized our understanding of our own planet, providing the final, crucial piece of evidence for the theory of plate tectonics. It is a reminder that some of the ocean's greatest mysteries are not about strange creatures, but about the fundamental geological forces that shape our entire world, hidden beneath a blanket of water. In 1977, scientists exploring the mid-ocean ridge near the Galapagos Islands made one of the most stunning biological discoveries of all time. They were expecting to find a cold, barren, volcanic landscape. Instead, their submersible's lights landed on a scene of astonishing life. They found towering chimney-like structures spewing what looked like black smoke. And clustered around these chimneys was a dense oasis of life, an entire ecosystem of strange creatures thriving in the complete absence of sunlight. They had discovered hydrothermal vents, and with them a form of life they never knew was possible. The black smoke was not smoke at all. It was superheated water, rich in dissolved minerals like sulfur, iron, and zinc, gushing out from beneath the seafloor. As this scorching hot, mineral-rich fluid met the near-freezing seawater, the minerals would instantly precipitate out, creating the dark, smoke-like plumes and building the tall mineral chimneys known as black smokers. It was a bizarre and hellish landscape, with water temperatures reaching over 700 degrees Fahrenheit, yet it was teeming with life. The mystery was, what were these creatures eating? Without sunlight, there could be no photosynthesis. The answer was a process called chemosynthesis. Instead of using sunlight for energy, the bacteria at the base of this food web were using the chemical energy from the sulfur compounds spewing from the vents. They were performing a kind of chemical alchemy, turning toxic volcanic chemicals into life-sustaining energy. These bacteria then formed the foundation of the entire ecosystem. Other animals either ate the bacteria directly or, in an even more amazing adaptation, formed a symbiotic relationship with them. This discovery fundamentally changed our definition of life and where it could exist. The most iconic residents of these vents are the giant tube worms. These strange creatures can be over 6 feet long. They have no mouth, no stomach, and no gut. Instead, their bodies are packed with chemosynthetic bacteria. A bright red feathery plume at the top of the worm acts like a lung, absorbing hydrogen sulfide from the vent fluid and oxygen from the seawater. It then delivers these chemicals to the bacteria living inside it. The bacteria, in turn, produce all the food the worm needs to survive. It is a perfect partnership, a creature that is powered by volcanic chemistry, a life form from a world we never even knew existed. In 2000, scientists discovered a serene, ghostly landscape deep beneath the sea, towering white chimneys rising from the seafloor. They called it the Lost City, a place of haunting beauty, powered not by fire, but by slow, patient chemical reactions. Here, life thrives quietly, reminding us the ocean's mysteries are endless. The mysteries of the ocean are not just natural, they are also human. The seafloor is the world's largest museum, holding the silent, preserved stories of our own history. For thousands of years, humans have traveled the seas, and for thousands of years, ships have been lost to storms, accidents, and conflict. It is estimated that there are over 3 million shipwrecks scattered across the ocean floor, each one a time capsule, a frozen moment from our past. These wrecks are the ghosts of our history, resting in the quiet darkness, waiting to share their secrets. Imagine a Roman trading vessel that sank in the Mediterranean 2,000 years ago. Its wooden hull has long since rotted away, but its cargo remains. A neat pile of amphorae, clay jars used to transport wine and olive oil, lies on the seafloor, exactly as they were stacked in the ship's hold. They are a tangible link to the daily life and commerce of the ancient world. Finding such a wreck is like opening a tomb, a chance to touch a history that was thought to be lost forever, preserved in the cold, dark, low-oxygen environment of the deep sea. The discovery of a famous shipwreck can solve a historical mystery or capture the world's imagination. The finding of the Titanic in 1985 is a prime example. For 73 years, the world's most famous shipwreck lay lost in the abyssal plain over 2 miles deep. Its discovery, using advanced sonar and remotely operated vehicles, was a monumental achievement of deep-sea exploration. Seeing the images of the Grand Liner resting on the ocean floor, its bow still proud, its chandeliers still hanging in the ballroom, was a haunting and poignant experience. It transformed the story from a legend into a real, tangible place, a somber monument to the lives that were lost. Exploring these wrecks is a delicate and respectful process. They are often grave sites, and they are always irreplaceable historical artifacts. Oceanographers and marine archaeologists use robotic submarines to survey and map the wrecks without disturbing them. They create three-dimensional models and take high-definition photographs, allowing us to visit these historical sites virtually. Each wreck tells a story of trade, of migration, of war, of ambition, and of tragedy. They are a powerful and humbling reminder that the ocean has been a central part of the human story, and its depths hold a vast, silent library of our collective past. Over time, a shipwreck undergoes a transformation. What was once a human tragedy, a vessel of wood and steel, slowly becomes a part of the ocean ecosystem. It becomes an artificial reef, a new home for marine life. In the vast, flat plains of the deep sea, a shipwreck provides something that is in short supply, a hard surface. The solid structure of the hull offers a place for corals, sponges, and other invertebrates to attach and grow. It creates a complex, three-dimensional habitat where none existed before, a new island of life in the muddy desert. Imagine the slow colonization of a wreck. The first arrivals are bacteria, which form a thin film over every surface. Then come the filter feeders, like sponges and anemones, which begin to cover the structure. Deep water corals, some of which grow in delicate tree-like branches, find a foothold on the railings and masts. These creatures, in turn, provide shelter for fish, crabs, and octopuses. The dark, empty corridors of the ship become hiding places. The open decks become hunting grounds. The wreck is no longer just a dead object. It is a bustling, living community, a vertical oasis on the flat sea floor. These shipwrecks become fascinating, self-contained ecosystems. The community of animals that lives on a wreck is often very different from the community that lives on the surrounding seafloor. The wreck creates its own micro-environment. The chemical composition of the water can change as the metal of the hull slowly rusts and corrodes. This process, called rusting, can release iron and other minerals, which can actually provide nutrients for certain types of bacteria, creating a unique food web at the base of the wreck's ecosystem. The ship's decay literally feeds the life that grows upon it. This transformation from a vessel of human history to a haven for deep-sea life is a beautiful and, honestly, a pretty poignant process. It shows the power of nature to reclaim and repurpose. The ocean takes our failures, our tragedies, and our lost artifacts and turns them into foundations for new life. The sharp edges of the tragedy are softened by time and covered in a blanket of living creatures. The ghost of history becomes a vibrant and thriving home. It is a powerful symbol of renewal and the relentless creative force of life, which finds a way to flourish even in the most unexpected of places. In 1997, NOAA recorded a mysterious, ultra-powerful sound deep in the Pacific, the bloop. Its signature resembled a living creature, but was far louder than any known animal. Years later, scientists discovered the sound matched massive icebergs fracturing in Antarctica. The bloop reminds us the ocean's mysteries are vast, powerful, and awe-inspiring. The Great Ocean Conveyor Belt is a massive, slow-moving current that connects all the major oceans, circulating water around the globe. It begins in the icy North Atlantic, where cold, salty water sinks and drives this global flow. Like a colossal, invisible waterfall, it plunges into the deep, traveling for centuries before rising again. This endless journey shapes our climate, a wonder of immense and quiet power. The Great Ocean Conveyor Belt is a vital current of life, carrying oxygen deep into the ocean and bringing nutrients back to the surface. This upwelling fuels massive blooms of phytoplankton, forming the base of a rich food web, a steady, life-giving pulse sustaining our planet for millions of years. The tides are the ocean's heartbeat, rising and falling twice each day, driven by the moon's gravity. This slow, massive movement shapes coastlines and creates dramatic changes, like in Canada's Bay of Fundy, where tides can rise over 50 feet. The relentless ebb and flow of the tide shapes the land and the lives of creatures at the edge of sea and shore. The moon's silent pull shapes our tides, lifting trillions of tons of water every day. When the sun and moon align, tides rise higher, spring tides. At right angles, we get gentler neap tides. Over eons, this cosmic dance has even slowed Earth's rotation. The moon's influence is a quiet, powerful rhythm in our world. Waves begin as wind brushes the calm sea, creating tiny ripples, capillary waves. As the wind blows, these ripples grow, catching more energy, building into rolling swells. The energy travels, not the water, journeying from distant storms to our shores, shaping coastlines and ending in the gentle sigh of waves at sunrise. A wave, born from a distant storm, travels across the ocean, building power as it nears the shore. As it enters shallow water, the wave rises, curls, and finally breaks, releasing all its energy in a rush of white water and foam. We watch, safe and mesmerized, as the ocean's power becomes a peaceful, soothing rhythm. The ocean is more than just a feature on our planet's surface. It is the very heart of our world's climate system. Just as our heart pumps blood to regulate our body's temperature, the ocean's currents pump heat around the globe, regulating the Earth's temperature. Water has a very high heat capacity, which means it can absorb and store a huge amount of heat without its own temperature rising very much. The ocean has absorbed more than 90% of the excess heat that has been trapped in our atmosphere in recent decades, acting as a massive planetary-scale buffer against a more rapid climate change. This role as a heat regulator is most evident in the way ocean currents distribute the sun's energy. The sun shines most directly on the tropics, delivering a huge amount of solar energy to the water around the equator. Ocean currents like the Gulf Stream in the Atlantic pick up this heat and transport it towards the colder polar regions. This makes the tropics cooler and the temperate and polar regions warmer than they would otherwise be. Without the ocean's heat-distributing currents, the equator would be unbearably hot, and much of Europe and North America would be frozen wastelands. The ocean also plays a crucial role in absorbing carbon dioxide, one of the main greenhouse gases. The surface of the ocean is in constant exchange with the atmosphere. It breathes in carbon dioxide, which then dissolves in the water. Some of this carbon is used by phytoplankton for photosynthesis, turning it into organic matter. When these tiny organisms die, they sink to the deep ocean, taking their carbon with them. This process, known as the biological pump, is a vital mechanism for removing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and storing it in the deep sea for centuries, helping to regulate our planet's climate. This vast blue engine is the quiet, unsung hero of our planet's stability. Its immense capacity to absorb heat and carbon dioxide has kept our world habitable. It is a slow, patient, and powerful system operating on timescales of centuries and millennia. When we look at the calm surface of the sea, it is easy to forget the immense work that is being done beneath the waves. It is a global thermostat, a carbon sink, and a heat engine, all in one. The ocean is the blue beating heart of our living world, and its steady, reliable rhythm is what allows life as we know it to flourish. The ocean covers over 70% of Earth's surface, so vast it's almost impossible to imagine. From space, our world looks like a blue planet dominated by water. The ocean holds 97% of all Earth's water and is the largest living space on the planet. It's a reminder of our small place in a vast, ancient, and eternal world. The wonders of the ocean, well, they're not limited to the water itself. Within the great body of the ocean, there are actually other separate bodies of water, each with their own distinct shores and surfaces. Scientists have discovered underwater rivers and even lakes on the seafloor. These aren't just illusions. They're real phenomena, where water with a different density and salinity flows in a channel or pools in a basin, creating a distinct body of water that doesn't mix with the ocean around it. It's a surreal and beautiful sight. Imagine a river flowing through the sea, or a lake at the bottom of the ocean. One of the most famous examples is an underwater river discovered in the Black Sea. Using a robotic submarine, scientists found a channel on the seafloor with a distinct flow of water running through it. This river is formed by very salty water from the Mediterranean Sea, which flows through the Bosphorus Strait and sinks down to the bottom of the less salty Black Sea. This dense, salty water then flows along the seafloor, carving a channel complete with riverbanks and even rapids and waterfalls. It's really a river within a sea, a hidden current with its own unique path and properties. Even more strange and beautiful are the underwater lakes, often called brine pools. These are found most often in the Gulf of Mexico. They form where deposits of salt from ancient evaporated seas lie beneath the seafloor. Seawater seeps down into these salt layers, dissolves the salt, and then emerges back onto the seafloor as an incredibly dense, super salty brine. This brine is so much denser than the surrounding seawater that it doesn't mix. Instead, it pools in depressions on the seafloor, forming a distinct lake with a clear, shimmering surface that you could honestly land a submarine on. These brine pools are like alien oases on the ocean floor. The water within them is so salty and devoid of oxygen that it's toxic to most marine life. Any fish or crab that accidentally swims or crawls into the lake is instantly pickled and preserved. The shores of these lakes are often littered with the perfectly preserved bodies of unfortunate creatures, a grim but fascinating sight. Yet, even in this toxic environment, life finds a way. The shores of the brine pools are often ringed with dense beds of mussels, that have symbiotic bacteria capable of chemosynthesis, feeding on the methane that seeps from the seafloor at these locations. Let's just linger for a moment at the edge of one of these otherworldly brine pools. Imagine our submersible resting on the seafloor, its lights illuminating the shore of a deep-sea lake. The water in the pool is perfectly still, its surface like a mirror. You can see the reflection of our submersible's lights shimmering on the surface of the lake. A strange and kind of disorienting sight this deep beneath the waves. A small disturbance, maybe from a current, sends ripples across the surface of the brine pool, just as if you'd tossed a pebble into a lake on land. The boundary between the two types of water is that distinct. The edge of the lake is a stark line between life and death. On one side, the normal seafloor is home to crabs, sea cucumbers, and other deep-sea creatures. On the other side, inside the pool, there's nothing but the still, toxic brine and the preserved remains of those who made a fatal mistake. The mussels that line the shore live on a knife's edge, positioning themselves to take advantage of the energy-rich chemicals seeping out, while avoiding contact with the deadly water of the pool itself. It's a landscape of extreme contrasts, a place of both poison and life, existing side by side. These brine pools are also time capsules. The water inside them is completely anoxic, meaning it has no oxygen. This, combined with the high salt content, makes it an incredible preservative. Organic matter that falls into the pool doesn't decay. Scientists have taken core samples from the bottom of these pools and found perfectly preserved leaves and other organic material that are thousands of years old. Each layer of sediment in a brine pool is a perfectly kept page of history, telling the story of the ancient ocean and the climate of the past, a silent library at the bottom of the sea. The discovery of these strange underwater worlds is a pretty recent one, made possible only by our advances in deep-sea exploration technology. They're a powerful reminder of how much we still have to learn about our own planet. The ocean isn't just a uniform mass of water. It's a complex and varied landscape with its own hidden geology, chemistry, and geography. There are still rivers and lakes on our own planet that remain unexplored simply because they're hidden beneath miles of water. It's a humbling and honestly exciting thought, a wonder that invites quiet curiosity as you drift deeper into relaxation. Sometimes the wonder is not in a distinct river or lake, but in the boundary itself. In certain places like the cenotes of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, you can swim through a magical, shimmering layer that separates fresh water from salt water. This boundary is called a halocline. The cenotes are deep, water-filled sinkholes that were formed when limestone caves collapsed. They are filled with crystal-clear, fresh rainwater at the top, but they are also connected to the ocean through a vast network of underground tunnels. This allows denser, heavier salt water to flow in and settle at the bottom. Imagine yourself as a diver, descending through the perfectly clear, fresh water of a cenote. The sunlight streams down from the opening above, illuminating the cave's beautiful rock formations. Then, as you descend to a depth of about 60 or 70 feet, you see it. It looks like a shimmering, blurry layer, almost like oil and water, or a heat haze rising from a road on a hot day. This is the halocline. It is the boundary where the fresh water on top meets the salt water below. The two do not mix easily because of their different densities, creating this visible, fascinating layer. As you pass through the halocline, the world changes. The water feels slightly thicker, and the visibility becomes blurry for a moment, as if you are swimming through a cloud. Then you emerge into the salt water below, and the world becomes clear again, but different. It is often darker here, as the halocline layer has refracted and scattered some of the light from above. It feels like you have passed through a magical portal into another world, a secret, hidden realm beneath the first. The experience is surreal, beautiful, and deeply peaceful. This shimmering boundary is a perfect visual representation of the hidden layers and complexities within the world of water. It is a reminder that things are not always what they seem, and that different worlds can exist in the very same space, separated by an invisible, or in this case, a beautifully visible boundary. The halocline is a quiet wonder, a subtle and beautiful phenomenon that speaks of the physics of density and the intricate ways that water behaves. As you rest, picture yourself floating through this shimmering, peaceful portal, leaving one world and entering another, calmer one. The ocean's living skin is a unique ecosystem. This sea surface microlayer is like the ocean's living skin. It is where the ocean breathes and life begins. Home to Newston, it nurtures life. This layer regulates gas exchange, impacting climate. A delicate membrane, the ocean's living skin is a wonder. The ocean is a never-ending cycle. Wind creates waves, the moon stirs tides, and life rises and falls, all connected in a grand, balanced system. Your breath, like the tides, echoes this rhythm. Feel your place in this vast, beautiful story as you drift into sleep. Our journey returns to the calm surface. We've traveled from sunlit shallows to the deep abyss, met gentle giants and tiny titans, and explored lost cities of stone and light. Now imagine ascending, leaving mysteries behind, rising through darkness into soft, warming light. With a final glide, you break through, floating in peace, held by the tranquil sea. As you float in this peaceful state, let the memories of our journey drift gently through your mind. They are not demanding thoughts. They are soft, soothing images, like dream fragments. Remember the gentle giants, the humpback whales, and their haunting, beautiful song. Picture their immense bodies moving with impossible grace, their calves staying close to their mother's sides. Feel the deep, resonant vibration of their song, a lullaby that travels for hundreds of miles through the water, a sound of ancient peace and connection. These are memories of gentle power, of a life lived on a grand and peaceful scale. They are reminders of the calm majesty that exists in the world. Then let your mind recall the ocean's joyful dancers, the dolphins. See their sleek bodies leaping from the waves, their faces set in what looks like a permanent smile. Remember their intelligence, their curiosity, and their complex social lives. Hear the faint echoes of their clicks and signature whistles, the sounds of a constant, reassuring conversation happening just beneath the waves. These are memories of joy, of playfulness, and of community. They fill the mind with a sense of light and happiness, a feeling of connection, and the simple, pure delight of being alive and free. Think of the ancient mariners, the sea turtles, gliding with serene patience through the sunlit reefs. Picture their 1,000-mile journeys, guided by an invisible map in their minds. Remember the quiet determination of their ancient ritual, returning to the beach of their birth. These are memories of endurance, of purpose, and of the unbreakable cycles of life. They speak of a deep, instinctual wisdom and a quiet resilience that has persisted through the ages. Their slow, unhurried pace is a lesson in patience, a reminder that there is a deep strength in moving slowly and deliberately through the world. And recall the ethereal ghosts of the current, the jellyfish and the manta rays. See the silent, rhythmic pulse of the jellyfish, a living drop of the ocean itself, surrendering to the flow. Picture the manta ray, a giant winged creature soaring through the water like a bird in underwater flight. These are memories of grace, of letting go, and of a different kind of beauty. They are otherworldly and mesmerizing images that capture the imagination and soothe the spirit. They are perfect pictures to hold in your mind as you let go of conscious thought and allow yourself to drift. Our journey took us into the abyss, a world of crushing dark and profound mystery. Here, strange creatures thrive and sunken ships become vibrant reefs. The deep ocean reminds us of nature's power to reclaim and the peace that comes from awe and humility. In this vast, silent world, life finds a way. Floating in the calm, starry sea, you are completely supported. No effort needed. The ocean cradles you, absorbing all tension, holding you in a gentle, reassuring embrace. Here, you are safe, cared for, and free to let go. Trust the water and let yourself drift in the loving arms of the ocean. As you rest in the ocean's embrace, bring your awareness to its timeless rhythms. These are the rhythms of deep rest. Feel the slow, gentle rocking of the water, a motion so subtle it is almost imperceptible. It is the great, slow breath of the sea, the rise and fall of the vast ocean swells. This rhythm is like being in a cradle, a slow, steady, and predictable motion that has been proven to soothe our nervous systems and promote sleep. Let your body move with this gentle rocking. Let it be the first beat of your descent into slumber, a quiet physical lullaby. Now align your own breath with the grander rhythm of the tides. Remember the slow planetary scale inhalation of the high tide and the long releasing exhalation of the low tide. Let your own breath follow this pattern without any force or effort. A long, slow breath in, filling your lungs completely. A moment of stillness at the peak, and a long, slow, complete breath out, releasing everything. Feel your body's own rhythms, your heartbeat, your breathing, slowing down to match this ancient cosmic pulse. You are breathing with the ocean. You are resting with the planet. This is the natural rhythm of sleep. Think of the other cycles we have explored. The daily vertical migration of the plankton, rising and falling in the water column. The 1,000-year journey of the great ocean conveyor belt, sinking and rising as it circulates the globe. The slow, patient work of the coral polyps, building their world moment by moment, day by day. The world of the ocean is a world of constant, reliable, and peaceful rhythms. It is a world where things happen in their own time, without rush or anxiety. By attuning yourself to these rhythms, you are reminding your own body of its natural capacity for deep, restorative rest. These rhythms are the opposite of the chaotic, demanding pace of the modern world. They are the antidote to our overstimulated minds. They offer a pattern that is steady, dependable, and deeply soothing. As you prepare to sleep, your mind and body are searching for this kind of predictable, calming rhythm. The ocean provides it in its purest form. Let these rhythms be your guide. Let the gentle rocking of the waves, the slow breath of the tides, and the steady pulse of the ocean's cycles carry you away from the world of deadlines and alarms and into the timeless, peaceful world of deep sleep. As you float here, the ocean offers you a promise of peace. Its vastness and timelessness are always here for you. Imagine yourself drifting on calm water under the soft light of the moon and stars. The ocean's promise of renewal is the very promise of sleep itself. Let this peace fill you and carry you gently into your dreams. The time has come. Your body is heavy, your mind is quiet, and your breath is slow and deep. You are floating in a sea of tranquility, ready to let the final current pull you under, not into the ocean of water, but into the deep, restorative ocean of sleep. The boundary between wakefulness and dreaming is beginning to dissolve, like a halocline, a shimmering, blurry layer that you are now passing through. It is a peaceful transition, a gentle release into another state of being. Do not resist it. Welcome it. It is what your body and mind have been waiting for. Imagine your consciousness as a single smooth pebble. You have been holding it in your hand all day. Now you gently open your fingers and let it drop. Watch as it sinks slowly through the clear, calm water. It falls past the dancing light of the surface, down into the soft, quiet blue. It tumbles gently, end over end, with no rush, no force. It sinks deeper and deeper into the peaceful, silent darkness of the abyss. There is no sound, no light, no thought. There is only the feeling of a slow, effortless descent into perfect stillness. This is your mind letting go. As you sink, you feel the last remnants of the day, the last threads of conscious thought, dissolving into the water around you. Your sense of self melts away, becoming one with the vast, quiet expanse. You are no longer a person lying in a bed. You are a part of the ocean's deep, peaceful consciousness. You are a part of its ancient, slow rhythm. There are no more stories, no more facts, only the deep, profound feeling of peace that underlies them all. You are returning to the source. You are returning to the quiet depths from which all life emerged. You are going home. The journey is complete. You are now held in the heart of the deep blue sleep. It is a place of absolute quiet, of perfect safety, and of profound restoration. Here, your body will heal, your mind will rest, and your spirit will be renewed. The ocean will hold you here for as long as you need, rocking you gently in its timeless currents until the morning light calls you back to the surface, refreshed and reborn. Until then, rest deeply, dream peacefully, and sleep well here in the calm, silent, and loving embrace of the deep blue sea.